Well, tomorrow night, New York will experience beautiful classical music that's rooted in the timeless tradition of the Catholic Church during the Source of Beauty concert. And joining us to tell us more about this special musical event is Spencer McIntosh, founder of Higher Word, and the orchestra's conductor, Jacob Baranek. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks
Great to be here.
So I love this event that's happening tomorrow night. But Spencer, first, tell us a little bit about Higher Word and then how you kind of thought about putting this event together.
Sure, yeah. So it really started off with about 10 of us sitting around on our friend's rooftop with our pastor friend, Father Graby, and we would go through these different topics and everything. And we would come away very inspired to go deeper in the faith and be more curious about it. More people wanted to come to it, and one night we said, what if we added, a cellist to introduce the talk? And what became clear after a while was that what Higher Word was becoming was the interplay of the word, the truth, the wisdom through these talks with the side that the words can't always touch, and that's the beauty and the music. And that interconnectedness sort of gave birth to this little nonprofit. And tomorrow it's an extension of pursuing that music and that beauty piece even further.
I just love it. And Jacob, you're the conductor for this orchestra. I think it's amazing that it's a 30-person all-Catholic orchestra, right? You're going to be performing in New York City tomorrow night. Tell our viewers a little bit. I don't think that people know that classical music is very rooted in the Catholic Church. I didn't know that so many composers, there was such a connection. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, it's something that really is important to me. I go to Juilliard right now, and you talk a lot about beauty in the classical music world. And there's this, a great study of these masterpieces by Mozart and Beethoven and many, many other names. But people don't realize that a lot of these composers were very devout Catholics. And of course, before the 1500s, everybody really in Europe were practicing Catholics. But after that, you have Mozart, who was a very devout Catholic, Beethoven, who at least was raised Catholic and was potentially reconciled at the end of his life. But there's people like Vivaldi. Everybody loves Vivaldi's Four Seasons. Vivaldi was a priest. Liszt became a third-order Franciscan at the end of his life. Dvorak, the New World Symphony, will be playing an excerpt. He went to daily mass. There are so many aspects of these composers' lives that are really rooted in their faith, and I think that shines through in their music.
And you're going to bring that music to life tomorrow night at St. Anthony of Padua in Soho. Spencer, break it down because I know their tickets are still available, and we're in the New York City area, so I'm sure people are going to really want to come down to the church and see this. Explain how this event is going to take place. They're going to play some music, and then are you taking a pause and talking about how music relates to the Catholic Church to explain, what everyone's going to experience?
Sure. So, yeah, I'm sure Jacob could expand on that a little further. But basically what's going to make this unique is not only is it going to be the beautiful music that's going to be played, as Jacob laid out from these composers, but in between these songs, Jacob's going to give these little bits of insights around kind of what he just spoke about. So it's that combination of tying in the insights and the music for about 90 minutes. Is what's going to make this really a remarkable and unique experience. And the fact that we are embracing being in the church and having a St. Hildegard theme lighting display and palette. We have over 300 people signed up right now. We think that's going to continue to grow. So really creating this sort of electric live box, so to say, is something we're really excited about.
Jacob, and we're playing some of that trailer that you guys, posted to promote this concert. And I love what you say in there. It really does that. How does sound move us to tears? And you say music is a form of prayer. How special is this going to be tomorrow night? And what do you hope everybody gets out of it?
Well, I think the most special thing for me as I'm conducting, all these musicians who all believe in Jesus, and to be in front of the tabernacle and to know that as always, when I make music, I want to be, giving it as a gift to the Lord, but to be there in a church facing the altar, facing the tabernacle, and know that we are literally performing for Christ, and that music is such an integral part of throughout the Bible as a way to praise God. That is the most exciting and rewarding thing for me, to see music and beauty really come back to its source, which is Jesus and the church.
Jacob, I know that you said you go to Juilliard. You're conducting tomorrow night, but you're a composer, right? Was this your path now? Kind of maybe composing your own classical music and tying it into the Catholic Church as well.
That's right. So I spent a great deal of time writing music that is inspired by the Catholic faith, and I guess an emphasis for me is that not all Catholic music has to be liturgical music. That's a very wonderful thing, but you can involve Catholic themes into orchestra pieces, into string quartets, into any number of things. So I'm first and foremost a composer. I also hope to do some scholarly research into composers' spiritual lives, but as a conductor as well, I think it's a wonderful avenue to look into this. I happen to also put a piece of my own on the program tomorrow night, so you will also hear a new piece by a living classical Catholic composer.
A living classical composer. I love that. Spencer, tell everybody, tickets are still available. Tomorrow night's show at St. Anthony of Padua in Soho. How can they learn more? How can they buy tickets? And give everybody the information.
Sure, yeah. So you can simply go to higherword.org/events. And there's a link there with an overview of the concert and tickets there. Still going to be available. So yeah, we're hoping to really get as many more people there as possible. It's a big church. The turnout's going to be really incredible, and really encouraged to see the attention that's being given. So
that's amazing. And then it's not only the concert tomorrow night. I'm sure you guys also have other things planned moving forward as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah. The goal of this is for it to continue to grow and express that beauty with the faith, and see what different kind of formats we can pursue. We all have our sort of day jobs and everything, and obviously, yeah, Jacob pursuing what he's doing at Juilliard. But yeah, the goal is to really see where this can go, and hopefully this is the start of something that can be a great facilitator for that.
It's so exciting. The Source of Beauty concert tomorrow night at St. Anthony of Padua in Soho. Spencer, Jacob, I just know it's going to be such a wonderful event. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.